Debt, inheritance, generational horror. Okay? Imagine if I told you that when you were born, your parents or your grandparents took out a loan that you were now responsible for paying off. You didn't know about this debt until one day an eldritch entity manifests itself before you, demanding payment. But if you can't pay off the debt, then the entity will take something from you. Maybe it ages you rapidly, or maybe it steals a memory from you. Either way, it's a horror story. When you think about it, debt is kind of scary. Like credit card companies profit off of people not paying off their balances. They entice you with these cash advances, these balance transfers. 0% interest for the first 6 months. Except they don't tell you that after those 6 months, the interest rate goes up to like 30%. And then, if you don't pay off your balance, then they hit you with these overdraft fees and these late fees. And it just compounds and compounds, till you feel like you're drowning in debt. And then when you finally pay it off, they turn around and do it again. But what if you inherited your parents' debt? What if you had signed a contract, not realizing that it was for your parents' medical bills? And now you're in your 20s or your 30s, and you're trying to make your own way in the world. But now you've got these giant medical bills coming due. And if you don't pay them, then the entity that your grandparent made a deal with comes to collect. This concept actually came from a subreddit user. He said, "I'm a millennial and I signed lifetime responsibility contracts for my grandparents' medical debt. I didn't realize that this would follow me into adulthood, but now I have literal demons living inside me." Now the original poster says that they aren't really religious, but they did grow up with some religious undertones. So when they turned 18, they went to their grandmother and grandfather and said, "Hey, I'm an adult now. Can I please be removed from these hospital bills?" But their grandparents refused, saying that they had made a deal with God or with the devil. These grandparents said that it wasn't their place to question it. It wasn't their place to ask why. And the op says that their grandparents seemed genuinely afraid of whatever deity they had made this deal with. And so op walked away feeling like, man, this is crazy. Like, I don't want any part of this. But then strange things started happening. Things started going missing around the house. Strange symbols were carved into surfaces. And then the voices started whispering to him while he was praying. Then he started having nightmares of a faceless figure standing over his bed, whispering to him, "Pay your debts." He would wake up in a cold sweat, heart racing. And sometimes he would find new scars on his body, like weird lines or strange symbols branded into his skin. And then one day he looked in the mirror and he saw that his hair was graying. He was visibly aging. And then the faceless figure appeared in the mirror behind him and whispered, "You have 3 days to pay your debts before I return." And that's where we got the idea for this horror story. So what would you do if you found out that your parents had signed you up for their medical debt and now an entity was coming to collect? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a like and a review. It really helps us out. And as always, thanks for watching.